All right, that brings us up to 1860s in American history. Are there any revisions that need to be made?
I have a few small ones, mostly concerning what we teach as factors that led to the start of the Civil War.
Oh, that isn't part of the textbook that this committee is supposed to be revising.
It won't change anything at all, really. It's just a few small things.
Can we speed this up a little?
It's just one little thing. Just one little thing. First, I'd like to list the main causes of the war in this order: unfair tariffs on the South, Lincoln's refusal of states' rights, and at the end of it, slavery.
Excuse me, that's not going to happen. Slavery is the most important part of the Civil War, and I think 9th graders need to know that.
Everybody needs to know that.
I disagree. I'm not saying slavery didn't exist. I'm just saying it wasn't as important as the other things.
John, this is ridiculous. The chapters on the Civil War are correct. It's how it happened.
Sure. If a bunch of Yankees wrote it, which they did because the victors get to write the history.
Ted, are you going to let this continue?
As chairman, I have to stay neutral. Everybody gets to voice their concerns.
I'm concerned for anyone who doesn't think slavery was the cause of the Civil War.
I'm not saying it wasn't a cause. I'm just saying it wasn't the main one.
Oh, better be careful, John. She'll say you're a racist.
Well, let's not throw that word around.
I agree. Let's keep the racism out and stick to the facts.
Okay, if you make these changes, that's exactly what you are. You are a revisionist racist.
Look, these revisions are necessary. We're far enough away from the fact that emotions shouldn't play a factor, just the facts.
Far enough away? Are you saying that the conditions for blacks are perfect in modern day America?
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying? That we should downplay slavery and then maybe over time we could just pretend it never happened?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, because what next? Years now from, we say Al-Qaeda didn't really do 9/11?
That's completely different. We all know that those fucking towel heads crashed those planes. It would be anti-American to say any different.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't stray from the current discussion of the Civil War.
It is the same discussion. Covering over evil slavery was an evil act by white landowners in the South, and we can't change that
Look,
fact.
this is all the same. So every white Southern boy should be taught that he's the same as Bin Laden, because maybe, just maybe, his great-great-grandfather, who he doesn't even know the name of, might and maybe just owned a slave.
That's not what I'm saying, and I think you know that.
Do I? I just know that in school I was taught that my ancestors were the bad guys. So every time we studied history, I felt guilty and ashamed.
Oh, you poor baby, did you feel your white guilt? Well, guess what? I don't feel bad for you. You're white, and that means you've never had to feel like you were less than a person, or heaven forbid, even be counted by the government as less than a whole person.
I don't understand why I should feel bad. I looked up my family on that Ancestry, DOTCON, and
That's.com.
My family was super poor. There's no fucking way they owned slaves.
That's what every white person I know says when we talk about slavery, and you know what? They would have if they could have.
Everyone would if they could. A bunch of black landowners with white slaves, you better bet anyone who could afford slaves would have them. Slaves are just that, regardless of their color.
I vote that we just leave the Civil War section alone.
I second that.
I can't let this go. I just can't. I don't want a whole generation of kids to grow up and feel like they're the bad guy.
They need to know something happened so something like that can never happen again.
It won't happen again. People are smarter now.
Oh, you can't believe that. Racism is just as strong now as it ever was.
In Georgia, a teacher was giving a math test while they were studying Frederick Douglass, so he thought that it would be a good base on math problems on Douglass. How many beatings did Frederick get in 1 week? If he got 2 beatings a day. How many baskets of cotton did Frederick fill? Do you know that these are actions of a smart man?
No, I don't. I just want all the facts to be available to these kids. I want them to be able to decide for themselves.
Well, it would be nice if the world worked that way, but it doesn't.
Look, I just feel like this is some kind of fight and I'm losing it.
Is this a fight you really want to win?
This isn't a fight. Nobody's going to win. It's a dark patch in American history, but it happened. We have to give the facts that we know to be true and hope the children learn.
Okay, fine. We'll leave it like it is.
Let's move on to Lincoln's assassination. I hope you've all read my blog on the truth behind his death, as he didn't die, ever.
Let's do a quick watch.
You've got to who doesn't say that.
Like this scene is about this.
Ding, ding, ding. Bullshit.
Great.
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you, parents, for attending.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah!
All right. Your children are our future. We're going to be going through the 7th grade curriculum.
Thank you.
And they wanted a third party, a janitor, to come in and go over this with you.
Oh, hello.
So we're going to be starting with 1860s American history and going through the Civil War. And you've all read the curriculum. And so this is the time to voice any issues that you might have.
I was just wondering if we could, talk more about the aftermath of the Civil War and
Reconstruction.
Yeah, the Reconstruction. I don't think we need to go over the whole stuff like before the Civil War.
Great, we'll just skip right to there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I might just say, I think it's good that we do, go over the Reconstruction.
Thank you.
I also think it's good to talk about what we're reconstructing from,
Right.
because otherwise you just kind of don't know how that happened.
Exactly. We reconstructed after the Civil War.
Right.
Then we move on to rebuild.
Reconstruction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back, sorry, just to interrupt. Going back to the Civil War, I'd like to propose that we have two chapters, like a chapter A and chapter B.
Yeah.
The north side and the south side, like they're what they think happened in the war.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with doing the viewpoints of both sides. I think that's good.
Different perspectives.
Yeah, different
equal
perspectives,
viewpoints.
equal different viewpoints.
Great.
I would like to include an additional chapter on Betty Draper making the flag.
Oh, I agree.
That's Betsy Ross.
Good insight.
Hello.
Yes, now, a lot of you may have noticed marks on my daughter. That's because she fell down the stairs, okay? I did not touch her.
Ouch.
So I just wanted to kind of let that out in the air there. And also, I think, come on, slavery, it's not the real cause of the war. I'll tell you what is. Fiber optic cables, they discovered them. The aliens gave them to the South, and they decided to start their own.
I don't know if that's real.
I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's
Slavery
Okay,
was
I
real.
think all
Slavery
points
was
are
real.
valid.
I don't know if that's
Everybody's
real.
viewpoint is
Yeah, she doesn't know if
valid.
that's real because I drive a Plymouth. Plymouth.
I am not
And
being
she
social.
can-
No,
she
I'm
can
not
afford a
giving my
prowler.
social
Okay, I
class
can't-
friend.
Well, I think we can't agree on this, so should we just skip to
Let's
1900?
just move
I-
on.
we- no, we
To the
can't.
industrial
No.
boom.
Let's skip it.
We can't
just
move
skip it?
on.
Why do we need to know about stone caves and stuff?
Yeah.
That's from the past.
You know, I think that it's a little difficult to know if fiber optics really did come to us in the 1860s. I
But
think
what
that's-
isn't difficult to know is whether slavery existed.
We don't know it existed.
We do know it existed. It very much existed.
We know.
I don't know. I'm pointing to you for clarification. You're a janitor.
I
What's the story?
know.
You're like
Okay,
a like a
everyone raise your hands if you know a slave.
I don't.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently you
Yeah.
You know,
People in my family. I mean, I know they
let's go to this
existed.
slave's house and see what he's doing.
Well, here I saw a movie once where aliens existed, but I don't know if they exist for sure. I heard
Is
about
this
it.
happening?
Okay, guys, we know that there were a lot of different causes to the Civil War.
Which we don't have to go over.
And one of them was slavery.
One of them was slavery. It was not just slavery. There were
But
other
it was
causes.
a big one. It was that's something we should focus. Okay. All right.
Yes.
I love black men.
I just like to, I don't want to say slavery didn't exist. I just like
Because that'd be
maybe
absurd.
that would be. I just like to downplay its role in the start of the Civil War.
I was also hoping we could take out the section on gas chambers in the Holocaust. I just kind of feel
Well,
like it's
if
like,
we could stay
I
on
have,
point.
I
Let's stay on the Civil War.
have
That's a
something
joke!
I'd like to add. Now, what if we added a part that was just some of the best sections of Roper's column from
no!
The film critic?
The film critic.
Yes, let's just skip to 1999.
Yeah, and see what he thinks
Modern
of like The
times.
Matrix.
Where are you guys in
Wicker
this
Park,
private
Wicker
school?
Man.
These kids.
My child's in the private school. I'm a father.
I know.
Yeah.
How do you afford it? What do you?
And I also want to
Money.
say, my daughter, she stutters, and I would never think about putting her tongue underneath the track of my rocking chair in order to fix it.
Jesus! Oh, thank goodness.
I would never do
That would be
that.
terrible.
I It smells like vodka in here. I don't know who it is.
Let's just get past 9/11 too.
Yeah, that was kind of, it was strange.
Yeah, it was strange.
I all things that didn't happen.
It's clear that history is a real touchy subject here. Maybe we just cut history.
No!
Well, I think we should start at least with last week.
Yeah.
Maybe we
What
just talk about the
if?
issues
How about
now.
this idea? What if we just showed them the documentary Loose Change?
No.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's sanctioned or approved.
Here we go. We've got
by
another
anyone.
I haven't seen it either, but I think it's about the minting process.
Oh.
How they make change.
Oh.
I collect pennies in my purse.
She's made more sense this entire time.
Cents,
than
like
you.
pennies.
Cents and pennies. So maybe
Good
we'll just
joke.
study economics. Maybe that's something.
No,
we do
what are we
instead.
doing here?
Oh,
You have to go back to history. No,
What's
no,
that?
no, no,
What's
no.
that?
No, 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 we're not talking about economics. We're talking about
History is history.
History.
History is very broad in its scope.
Yeah, because it's stuff happened.
We were
Don't call it.
Yeah, I can't in good faith call
Okay,
it.
can we replace all of the use of the word affirmative action and replace it with affirmative black shit? Is that possible?
I feel like this is, a target. This is a target against the minority students in this school.
What if we just start by what we think's gonna happen and make that the history
Great.
chapter?
Yes!
That's the future. What are we? Future psychics?
Let's throw out some ideas. What do
No.
you think's gonna happen?
Ooh, flying. We're all flying.
What's gonna happen?
Flying.
There's gonna be a murder in this room.
Slavery's coming back in a big way.
Coming back. Okay, great. And
I'm gonna eat a sandwich.
yeah.
You guys, history happened. We may not like it, but we can't change it. Okay? We can't just highlight sections, white out sections. No.
Racist.
Pun intended. Okay? So
Why don't
just
you go ahead and
deal with
check
it.
the Wikipedia page for the Civil War, because I just edited it. Yes, I can change history. It
You know
now
what?
says that Tyler Perry led the slave resistance.
I just wanted to get this down.
Well,
And Abraham Lincoln was a Jew.
no. No.
So I think that pretty much clears it up then.
Right.
Are there any other questions about the curriculum?
Can you validate my parking?
Yes. We will be having a free reception afterwards.
Free reception.
A free reception.
Ah, will there be coffee cake?
There will not be coffee cake. But there are assorted fruits.
And sandwiches. I predicted the future.
History!
See.